Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Oblivion Remastered. Now, as I said last time, we are going to do the other Deluxe Edition Quest. Now that we're level 21 and can get the max level or max damage weapon. So to start it,
You're not alone.
we need to
And the
find
chapels
somebody
and the Elder
here,
Council will help us.
supposedly.
It just takes time.
But it's supposed to be like a monk dude. Now, I don't know, because it just said at the refugee camp. I don't actually know how big this camp is. Hey, you look like a monk.
Hope is gone.
That's the right name.
The Imperial line is dead. The Covenant is broken. The enemy has won.
Anvil Chapel, Covenant, Enemy, Hope, Prophet. I'm pretty sure this was the right guy.
The Imperial line is dead. And the gods have forsaken us. Where is our blessing? Where is our protection? Where are our gods?
Dude, right?
The enemy triumphs. And we die alone.
Ilav, Dralganer, yeah, maybe it's
Things
about
go
attack.
from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. What next?
Yeah, I was gonna say that can't be right because that had to do. That was in the original one. I remember that.
Lord Dagon is the enemy. He is the Prince of Destruction, and the Daedra are his servants. The chapel is cast down, and the faithful, my friends, all dead. The enemy has won, and we are destroyed.
Man, you're a real downer.
Hope is gone. The enemy has won. In the West, people are even starting to disappear. The gods have forsaken us.
Oh, here we go. Maybe this is it.
The Divines are powerless to stop all these threats. Even as we speak, people are disappearing near Anvil, and I foresee a terrible threat. One even the gods should fear. You are a noble soul and a follower of the Nine. I am more than a humble priest and represent an order that stood for Akatosh for centuries. I feel these disappearances are an insult to Akatosh's commands. Will you investigate the ruins of Beldeburo and help us?
Yep, I sure will.
Be seen.
So it actually sounds a little annoying, and I say little because it really is like little. Because we're gonna have to go to this place, right? And then Crowhaven. Have I been to Crowhaven for some reason? Like I must have went there for some reason, right? Because I don't know why else I would be. Yeah, it's marked off. Did the champion really summon? A skeleton can summon a skeleton? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, I don't see it on my map here, so it must have been something that I did. Also looks like there's, unsurprisingly, a lot of Nirnroot along the coast. Where the hell did my horse go? I know the skeletons were attacking it, but I mean, there's no way they killed it, right? I mean, like, really, where did it go? I guess the easiest thing to do would just be to fast travel here again. Yep, no idea what happened there. Really just fucking vanished on me. Good lord, I didn't realize how cold my feet were, but I have them up on my desk and like the sun's coming through the window. like I have my curtain pulled so that, you know, I can see my screen, but you know, the sun still comes out from underneath it and it's hitting my feet and it feels so nice. And I didn't even realize just how like that my feet were cold. But anyway, yeah, so we got to go here, do the first zone, go back to the guy, and then come back and do the second zone. And like I said, a little annoying just that we have to, you know, back and forth it, but obviously we won't be gone long enough for anything to respawn or anything, so. God, am I ever glad that I got a horse. Because this is a long trip even with the horse. No, I don't want the Bodean camp, although I think we've already cleared this place. You know, it doesn't stop them from doing it, because I think that was for the, one of the original DLC quests back at the Mage's College, right? To fix the thing and get the perk that's, I mean, I don't want to say it's worthless, but it isn't the most useful thing. But either way, we got it, so it's good enough. Alright. Oh, it looks like there's an Oblivion gate here as well. Is that like in a fort, or is that just, no, it's just the way, the angle that I was at. Oh, that sounds. Oh. Some lightning over there. Well then. Look at all those things chasing me. I actually did almost forget that we were doing this quest this time, and I had already looked up the next place we were going to and everything. Because we're almost through every location in the Heartlands. Almost. We're very close. Like a couple of the ones I looked up that I thought would be in there. Nah, they're part of the Great Forest, so we're not doing them. God, are those things really still chasing me? Man, people complain about the enemies in Dark Souls 2 chasing you forever. Like, fucking hell. Oh, another fucking Oblivion gate. Good lord. They really are everywhere. But I'm pretty sure the thing that I read said that it only spawned 20 of them. Like, it spawns like 60 total or something, but like, it spawns them in like 3 sets of 20 or some shit like that. I think. But I mean, we got one before it, before they were supposed to spawn at all, so. Good lord, are we, like... where are we going? That's why it's taking so long, because I'm following the wrong fucking marker. Good lord. Yeah, can't fast travel when enemies are nearby. Hang on. Leave my horse alone. Stop fucking chasing me across the world. I thought it was taking too long. I was like, it was right there. How is it so far away? I don't even... actually, that's not true. I do know exactly what that marker was. That marker is to the location that we were going to do. And of course, you know, it had to be the one that was in front of me. I 100% should have realized that sooner. So, I've been playing a new game, right? Mechanic Simulator. It's alright, but there's like one thing that basically is like, I don't think I'm going to play it for very much longer, which is in the menu, it has sensitivity that you can select, right? It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Lots of games do, yeah. But it doesn't separate the sensitivity. It just says cursor sensitivity. But it doesn't separate. It doesn't have a separate thing for like this sense, like moving around, looking around, right? Is the same as, I guess is the same as this sensitivity on that game. So like obviously like look how fast my cursor is moving, right? I obviously, you know, I'm like it's clearly faster, right? So I had to turn it down because I couldn't fucking control my character. Like just getting down the stairs and that was honestly horrendous. Um because like the stairs, they're not like small stairs. Like they're actually, I'm not, no, they're small stairs. I was gonna say they weren't small stairs because in real life, they're not, like they wouldn't be considered small stairs. But there's also a robot that walks around, and only one of you can use the stairs at a time. If the robot's on the stairs, you have to go the other way or wait for him. I've arrived near Build-A-Burrow, but nothing looks suspicious outside. I should check inside the ruins themselves. Um, but yeah, and then if you so if you change it so that like you can move normally, the oops, sorry. The in-game mouse is like for the menus and that is so fucking slow. And it's like it's not good basically. And while that wouldn't be enough to get me to stop playing a game normally, the game itself is it I so it's Mech Mechanic Simulator. Companies and that sends you their mechs to repair, right? The hell kind of a noise is that? Like fairly obvious, right? Just from the name. But there's and now once again, in real life, it makes sense. Something on it is broken, you get it repaired before you use it more, right? But like they'll send you a mech and it'll have like one part of it broken. So you take off whatever part of it's on. So like I more or less they have both their legs, both their arms, and then they'll have like a control module that you can take apart as well. Or take off as well, and then you put that on like a separate station, and then you can take it apart more and more, right? And it's really cool and everything. Like I really like the way that everything comes apart in that. But then like you you fix that part, and then you got to put everything back together, whatnot, and then you send it away. But like you get like this big mech, and you got to take like 10 things off of it to repair one part. And if you can't repair it, you just have to buy a new one to slap in. Okay, not quite sure how that skeleton isn't. Well, I guess my sneak did go up, but and it just takes like the amount of time it takes to get to the part and repair it is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, right. And then they give you optional objectives to do that can increase your reputation with whatever, because there's like, well, there's 3 companies and bad guys that you work for. Apparently you used to work for them when you were like an illegal mech dude, like because you didn't have your license, or an unlicensed mech repair dude or whatever, right? Which gets resolved like almost immediately and seems pointless, but whatever. Oh, hello. It's the Barla stone. Oh, and there's some. Oh, shit! I should see how many Welkin stones are there supposed to be in the first zone. 11 Welkin stones. But yeah, you get reputation with companies, and it doesn't really explain what your reputation does. Like, I'm assuming that it means that they'll send you better jobs, like they'll pay you more and whatever, right? But like doing the bonus work, the bonus objectives, you don't make any more money. You just make more reputation from it. But it doesn't really seem to be worth it because all of the bonus jobs are just to replace parts that aren't broken with new parts that you have to purchase. Like you can't take them off and fix, and it's like, oh, they're a little broken. You take them off, you fix them, you put them back to the accounts. No, you actually have to buy a brand new part and replace it. And I guess the benefit to that is that like most of the parts, when they ask you to do that, most of the parts aren't going to be broken, so you can then use those parts on another mech. I don't know what that did. So like if you get another mech of the same kind come in, because there's, I want to say 6 kinds so far. There might be more because I got to the point where you can buy your own mechs, and there's only 6 that I can buy, 6 types. But on the screen where you can buy them, there does seem to be space for at least 3 more, and that's not even including that they may scroll at some point to have more, because like when I first unlocked the garage, which is where you store your own personal mechs, there was only 4 slots, but then I looked and there's a bunch of, like, there's a huge amount of slots, and I don't know. I'm assuming that you have to unlock the mission board thing in it to actually do something with your own mechs, but I haven't unlocked that yet. So at the moment, I can buy and upgrade the mechs. I say upgrade. I can buy and repair the mechs, but I can't really do anything with it right now. Besides that, like I can paint it and that, and like you can't, like there's no like modifications you can do. It's like here's these parts, and they're the only parts that go there. Period. Right? And like I can understand that to a degree, but like there's zero, like the only customization there is on the mechs. And maybe this will change later, but it definitely feels like something that they should have introduced already if there was going to be anything like that, because like all the mechs that are coming in are exactly the same. Like if the mechs that came in had variations, I would assume that there were going to be variations, but the fact that every mech that came in or that has come in of the type is like, because obviously not every mech that came in is exactly the same, but like you have like the one mech that looks honestly a little bit like, if you've seen RoboCop, the robots that they build to replace him, that's what they look like the giant guns and whatnot, right? I don't know why I did that. That's kind of not a good way to knock it down, is it? Because now it's just like stuck in behind there. All right, well, I'm going to count that as 2 because obviously I fucked that up, and that's my bad. I don't think I'll have a way to... but then they have a couple other ones that are a lot cooler looking, and they have like your standard mech, you know, like as standard as you can get, like humanoid, stands upright, the works, right? They're supposed to be this. And then they have different jobs. Like you have like the gun mech, basically, that, you know, shockingly enough. Oh, what is this? Yes. Okay. Is that like a poison? Yeah, seems like it. In fact, I'm almost dead already. Wow, that heals nothing, eh? There's it doesn't even like doesn't even seem to be anything in there. That also did like an insane amount of damage. I'm also curious as to what the hell this path is for. But anyway, yeah, all the mechs, like each individual kind that comes in is always the same. So like the Sakura mech is always the same. So like it always looks identical to the rest of them and whatnot. Like they're all very standardized mechs. Okay, apparently that was just to get that. So like there's not any customization besides painting them. And the way the paint works is horrendous because you have to paint some mechs for parts for your job. Don't know where he came from. Well, actually I do. He came from up ahead, which means that should be actually all the enemies in here. Okay, so presuming I'm gonna go with 2, so this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there's supposed to be 2 more, but we have to go back right away anyway. There is one more area back behind there that we can't get to right now. A powerful magic is preventing me from going further. I should tell of my findings to Ilav. But yeah, so like there doesn't seem to be any customization involved. There's no like there's not really much that you can do with the mechs. Like I said, there is a mission table and there are achievements where it's like complete one of the, like this kind of mission with like 4 dangers or something to that effect in it. And there's a few different ones of those. I'm assuming that it's like the different mech types, or like each mech type has one of those achievements. But yeah, like I said, repairing them, you bring in the mech, and they have the optional objectives, but it just seems to be a waste of time and money to do the optional objectives, which is, you know, weird. And then they have like timed objectives as I don't know. It says timed objectives, but like the objectives themselves aren't timed, just the entire job is, and they don't really give you enough time to do the bonus objectives. Once maybe if you were on a PC, because it was very clearly optimized for a PC. Poured it. Oh, and then here's the last 2. Now I don't think I'll be able to get them. Oh, okay. Well, I can get that one because it has the button there, but I doubt that I'll be able to jump up that high on there. Can't get up on. Oh, I can. Okay, hang on. Okay. Yeah, I can get up on it, but I can't jump while on it. Okay, I know I'm at the right spot. Just no. Alright, well, whatever. We got all the Welkin stones that we're going to anyway. Because I don't think that I'll be able to knock that off. Because, yeah, I would need to knock it. Oh, I didn't hit it. Oh. Oh, shit, I got it. Bam. Alright, so that's 10 out of 11. That's not bad. But anyway. Yeah, like you get the optional objectives, and so far at least every single optional objective, and there's been a lot. I've been playing it. I got through quite a few mechs. every single optional objective. Oh, well, I should say 99% of the optional objectives, because I did actually have a couple that were to paint the mechs that were optional. Have been to replace something with a new part. And like I said, there's only like one. I think the maximum amount of actual broken parts I've ever had on a mech has been, I want to say, 3. Um, so like the odd, and there's, like I said, there's a huge amount. Like I bought a mech for myself, and I just took apart its one arm. Like I took everything off of the arm. There's a fuck ton um of parts just like in the arm and that, right? So like,
I'm just lucky to be alive.
and there was, I
I'm
can't remember
angry.
what part it
I
was
want to stay angry.
that I needed to
Anger
replace, but it was
keeps
in like
me
the
going.
control case. And I had to take basically the entire thing apart. And like I said, there's a huge amount of parts. So like, even if you're replacing a part that's fine with a new part, the odds that you will need that part anytime soon, because like I said, there is at least 6 different kinds of mechs that you can bring in. Each mech has its own pieces that are only for that mech. Like even the cables in that seem to only be for one specific mech. So like the bonus of now you have one of these that you can use to replace a broken part in a different mech doesn't really come into play, because the odds that the piece that you have to replace with a new one is going to be one that you will then have to repair anytime in the near future is very slim. But anyway, let's talk to this
Why
guy,
have our gods forsaken us?
because they don't like you.
By Akatosh's grace, what you describe is a time wound. A few years ago, an Elder Scroll was stolen from my order. Only this relic would be powerful enough to pervert the laws of Mundus to this extent. You must retrieve it at all costs, hero. The time wound has not fully opened yet. I will give you the Order's blessing. This should allow you to breach the barrier, but the rest is up to you.
Okay.
Be wary, hero. Whoever is behind this will be a force to be reckoned with. Good day.
Yep, good day to you too. Alright. And back we go. But anyway, yeah, so like that's fairly pointless. And like I said, all it's for is for reputation, but like if you don't do the optional ones, it takes you like 2 minutes, maybe 3, to actually do a job. Because like I said, it's very rare that you get more than a couple of parts that are actual that you need to repair. And like you can repair the, and I also don't really care for the way that like the repair systems work. So like as you upgrade your, or like you, as you level up or whatever you want to call it, I think as you raise your prestige by gaining reputation and whatnot, you unlock new stations, which include ones that allow you to repair stuff instead of just because when you first start, you just have to replace it with something new because you can't repair anything. And then as you level up or whatever you want to call it, you gain stations that'll let you repair it. But like the stations are fine, but the way they work, like I don't much care for the electrical one because there's like 3 different stations. There's like one for wires, one for power cells, and I can't even remember what the last one's for because I only ever used it in the tutorial. But like it so like depending on what it is you need to repair, you need to go to the station. And then you also have another station that takes away rust. Allah's blessing allowed me to go past the magic that blocked me. Time to face whoever is messing with time itself. But yeah, you have one that removes rust and one that's a welding. That's a welding machine that lets you obviously weld actually like broken stuff. Okay, I'm just checking to see. There are 16 Welkin stones in this area. Damn, that's a lot. So we have, I think we have 10, right? Yeah, we currently have 10, so. there's one. But I can hear a skeleton or something in here that I should deal with first. Oh, there's one. Kind of bows that steel one, don't I? Right. But like when you're using them, so like you would think that when they all have fuel, which is fine. It's just like an extra thing basically to make you spend money on. But like the fuel gets used just from the machine, just from you using the machine, not from like actually use. So like the rust one, right, is a laser that you use. But like as long as you're in the machine, its fuel drops. No, that may have fell. Oh no, we made it. Its fuel drops whether or not you actually have the laser on. Same with like the welding machine in that its fuel gets used whether or not you're currently welding, just as long as the machine is on. And you might be thinking it's like, well, yeah, I mean that's generally how things work. You turn them on and they start, going through their fuel. And it's like, yeah, sure, but it's not like it goes through a little bit of fuel and then as you use, then like when you use it, it uses more. It just goes through the fuel. I can't tell where it's hitting. Nope. No, don't roll that way, you bitch. Oh, I might be able to grab this one though. Yeah. Nope. Oh, come on. I had it there once or twice. What the hell changed? I didn't. Damn it, I think I lost it. Alright. So like it just goes through fuel whether or not you're actually using it, which is annoying, but it's also the fuel is cheap. So it's just one of those things where it's like it's just kind of annoying because odds are the only time that it would actually matter that you ran out of fuel is if you're already pretty fucked. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Like, why bother to have it, I guess? I don't know. Because it doesn't cost enough, and like if you're like, whatever. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's not that it's a bad game. The mechs look great, and like I said, taking them apart is good. Like there's a lot to them. Excuse me? Oh. Oh, that was right. I didn't switch my spell back. But yeah, just like I said, there's nothing big about it that I would say don't play it. It's just a lot of small things that I find annoying that makes me not want to play it. So yeah, which is a shame because, like I said, it's not a bad game, but it's just like, I might keep playing it until I get to the point that I get the mission board, just so that I can see what I can do with my own mechs, and maybe that'll turn it around for me. But in all honesty, I don't know if I'll keep playing it or not, just because, like I said, it's a lot of small things that add up to, like, I think about playing it and it's like, eh. Because I mean, normally, right, like, if I don't feel like recording, or if I don't have time to record, that's like normally when I'll play something else, right? Like, that's when I played Dinosaur Fossil Hunter, that's when I play, like, if I feel like going back through Banjo-Kazooie or something, like I'm currently replaying Banjo-Tooie. Oh, yeah, I see. Ah, turned around. Don't summon shit. Fight me yourself. Alright, Corellian. We got a key, we got a diary, and an Elder Scroll. I took the Elder Scroll from the Lich. I must keep it with me at all times and bring it back to Alav as soon as possible. And he had a greater staff. Wow, that's a good staff for selling. Alright, entry 650. Wow, we're jumping ahead. That was excruciating. Passing one soul through a phylactery is definitely unpleasant, but the pain is now a distant memory, as were most of the other basic mortal needs and senses. I am so much more now, so powerful. The fools that believe themselves powerful have no idea the magnitude of the spells I can now use. Destruction being as natural for me as breathing was back then. I will focus on unraveling the mysteries of illusion and alteration. An eternity of power awaits me. Mundus will be mine for the taking. Entry 900. See now, entry 650, entry 900. How far apart are these? Like, how, like, we apparently skipped a huge amount of the diary, right? I have never felt better. Felt? Maybe the term is wrong for a being such as myself. Maybe I should find new words to better describe my state of existence. I wonder how the divines think about themselves. They are the closest thing to me, after all. I am having trouble finding enough test subjects for my different spells, and apparently the authorities have been warned something is going on. Time for me to move to another place. Entry 1200. Beldeboro is our new base of operation. Our genius shone again while traveling there. Why bother ourselves with kidnapping people? On the road I found several apprentices that dabble in the necromancy, and that dream to reach the same state I am one day. No, no, we won't allow it. Of course not. But they are so useful and eager. I sometimes wonder if I was as naive when I was. Can't remember what I was. How weird. But then again, we know so many things now, it is expected to forget minor things. We is kind of uh, problematic when you're not only referring to yourself in a third person, but as multiple individuals. Entry 1300. Something is wrong. I feel hey, look at that. He caught himself. Mind drifting. One of my dear minions dared question me today after we spent a few hours looking toward the phylactery. Their skeleton isn't so talkative anymore, are they? Though I do wonder, I have been losing track of my thoughts lately. Then again, we have the mind of a divine. Is it not normal for mere mortals to wonder at our concentration? He fell back into we there. Entry 1500. This is bad. I must focus to remind myself of my name, of what I am. I left Baldeboro to look for another lich. The one I found was raving mad. Is it inevitable? I disposed of the poor thing, granting them a swift rest. I must find something. Eternity being crazy wasn't my plan, and we will find a way to restore my sanity. Entry 1550. There is no cure, there is no cure, there is no cure. I must think. Magic is now my friendly pet. There must be something that can be done. I will research other forms of lichdom, other ways to stay myself. 1650. I found a solution. Lichdom isn't the answer. Parting from one's soul has definitive side effects, so we found it an idea. The small minds of the Order of the Hour will probably know how to break the rules of their patron. I will raid their precious enclave they think is hidden and find how to open a portal to the past. 1700. I have found something. They kept an elder scrolls. You shouldn't have pluralized that, dude. In their basement. Reading it was difficult, even for someone such as us. We will go back through time and prevent myself from becoming mad. Other forms of ascension are possible. I'm certain of it. We will be eternal. So he stole the Elder Scroll to go back in time and stop himself from being a lich. Does he not know that creates a paradox where, he went back in time to stop himself from becoming a lich, but that means that he never became a lich and would therefore not have the power to go back in time to stop himself from doing it? I don't know if I'd want to be a lich. I mean, like, there's a lot of people that I see, at least online, that are like, I wouldn't want to live forever because of, like, oh, wow. Because, like, eventually everybody else would be dead and I wouldn't be. And it's like, alright, sure, that's a long time away, though. And, like, yes, that is technically, if it gets to that point, forever after that. I still feel like I would go for living forever. Now, I say that. What it took to live forever and what that forever would be would very much determine whether or not I would actually bother to go through with it. Because, like, obviously, like, I'm not going to sacrifice a bunch of people to live forever. I mean, probably not. Okay, so this should be, yeah, this is the entrance. Which means the actual exit that we need to use. Okay, so that there, which means the exit is, this map isn't right. Oh, wait. Hang on. Yeah. Alright, how many of those things did we get? We're now up to 20. And there was a couple on top of things that I decided not to get. So that's 21. And there were 16. We lost one, which brought it down to 15. And then I think there was, how many back here in this other room? Yeah. So let's just say 22, 23, 24, 25. So yeah, we'll just say that those are the last ones. I'm not taking the time to fucking get them. Like, yeah, they're one weight for 50 gold, but I don't need the money that badly. Or at all, really. I mean, let's face it, I really don't need it at all. Okay, so that's one exit. This way to get to that other balcony. But yeah, I'd go for eternity, but like becoming like a lich, probably not, because I mean, then you're like weird dead guy turn into a skeleton, like you're not having a good life at that point. Get like one of those vampire ones, and it's like, I mean, yeah, like you look the same more or less for the rest of your life, so I mean, that could be better. But then, you gotta, because there's different vampires too. There's ones where you don't look the same. There is some where like you age, just like age forever, and you become basically worthless. Like can't move, can't nothing. So I wouldn't want that. Drinking blood. I mean, to be fair, becoming a vampire now and having to drink blood is like, that's fine. Because like, you have like you're gonna be able to access blood. Like I don't know what it would take to like buy blood right now, but I have to imagine that there's a way that if a person was turned into a vampire now, right? They could acquire blood without attacking people. Now that being said, uh, even the ones that have to drink blood and that even if you could get blood without attacking people, that doesn't always mean that you're not going to have the urge to attack people. So like I said, it really depends. And then you have ones that are like weird, like that have no business being immortal, like werewolves, where it's like there's no. Now, I don't think very many werewolves are like immortal, but you do get them. Like the Underworld, right? The werewolves are immortal in that because I mean, dude is lived for like fucking ever. So I mean, like it does happen. It's rare, I feel, for a. Look, my horse isn't here again, and it's very weird. It's very disconcerting. And my horse doesn't stick around. But yeah, like I feel like they have no business. But yeah, I mean, like there's some, and I mean, then you have some where it's like you never age or you never die, but like shit still goes wrong with you. So like if you end up with like cancer or something, you now just have cancer forever. Like it'll never kill you,
I lie down and
but
close
you
my
could
eyes,
end
but I
up
can't
being, my
stop
God,
thinking.
not everybody at once,
I know
but like
what
you
you're
could
talking
end up
about.
being
I
bedridden
don't
and in
even
extreme
try.
pain just for eternity, or until they figure out a way to cure you. I mean, all right.
I felt it. The flow of time is now once more in accordance with Akatosh's rules. This is truly a heroic feat, and I feel that, with your help, we might prevail against the enemy. You are a true champion to the nines, and you shall be rewarded. You are hereby made a paladin of the hour, and shall receive weapons and gear befitting the hero of Akatosh.
Cool.
What do you want?
I would like armor.
Very well. Which category?
Light.
Which light armor piece would you like?
All of them.
Sure thing. Anything else?
Like
Very
a weapon.
well. Which category?
Blade.
Which type of blade weapon would you like?
Short
Here's
sword.
your item, Paladin. Anything else?
Yeah, you know what? Give me a dagger too.
Here's your item, Paladin. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Naturally.
Because daggers do
Goodbye.
more stealth damage than my short sword does, so it might be worth it to carry one. But alright, so this is our cataclysm gear. I like that. Ooh, I don't like that. Helmets are hard. And then for shield, I really dislike the helmet. The helmet is horrendous, but the rest look good. I like the rest. Yeah, then we have a dagger. Woohoo. Where's the, there it is. Oof. I don't really care for that sword either. I do prefer the Daedric short sword. The looks of it looks kind of weird with the armor, but like I said, this short sword isn't great. I don't really care for that. If anything, I would go back to the Cataclysm short sword. But yeah, I don't think I'll be. Yeah, it's not a good sword, I don't think. No. Well, let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. So we'll stick with the Daedric short sword because I do prefer that. The dagger's fine.
Yes.
It's mainly the hilt. I don't mind that hilt for a dagger, but for a sword, it's a bit much. So we'll stick with that. We'll keep the dagger with us for like sneak attacks. I do like the armor significantly better than the Cataclysm stuff. I don't like the helmet. I really don't like the helmet. This helmet doesn't. I mean, I'd rather just have no helmet if I'm being honest, but I like that looks just as dumb because it doesn't match the rest of the armor. So I guess I'll stick with. Yeah, you know what? We'll just use this set. The hilt's way too big. Like that's my issue with it. Is it's way too big. Like I imagine if I got the long sword, it would be better, or the great sword, it would be better. But it's just not good. All right, so we'll use this armor set because I do like it. And I don't mind the shield. It's not. I wouldn't say that I like that shield more than the Cataclysm one. I do really like the Cataclysm one, and maybe you know what, we'll keep the Cataclysm shield because like this isn't bad, but we'll keep the Cataclysm shield, and then we'll have like the weapon and shield. Not that the weapon is the Cataclysm one, but actually, come to think of it, what did the this one?
Be quick about it.
Equipment, weapon, blade. Give me the short sword. And you know what? Give me the dagger too. Alright. Because I don't actually remember what this sword looked like. The dagger. You know, I'll say I do actually prefer this dagger to the Cataclysm one. So we'll drop that. Yeah, you know what? We'll do this. We'll use the Cataclysm sword and shield, and we'll use the Order armor. So we'll do this, and then I can well, actually, pick that up. Because yeah, I do like this sword. This is a good sword.
Are they angry with that?
And then we'll go back to my house. Because that's where I stored all of my stuff. All of my the sigil
to you.
What is it?
What's going on with you?
That's not sigil stones, right? Yes, I think so. Ugh. Okay, so we'll pop into here. We'll grab the sigil stones, and then we'll throw the dagger of Cataclysm in there. We'll keep the dagger of Order because I do like that one. Although I do like that one, but I guess if we're going to be using the weapons of one, we may as well use all the weapons of one and keep the. We'll throw the short sword in there because I don't really like the looks of it, and then we'll throw our Cataclysm equipment in there, and the shield of the Order, and then I think I got throw the key in there. There's souls in those. The note. Although I think I took all of my notes out of here, but. Alright. So now. We got this one, which is shield. I guess it would make the most sense to put that on like. Oh, I need to name it first. I mean, I hate fucking naming armor and weapons. Fuck. I'm usually really lazy with it, and I think I'm gonna be as well. Just gonna name it chest. You know what? Let's just say chess piece. Like I don't care. Okay, well, I'd like you to equip it. Thank you. Okay, and then our next one is resist magic. We'll put that on the helmet that I don't like, but you know. Go. It's the helmet, resist magic. Bam. The other resist magic. Yeah, fuck it. We'll put it on the boots. Why not? Boots. Oops. What is this one? Burden and feather. There you go. Absorb health. Short sword of cataclysm. Yeah. Here, let's name this Vampire, because why not? Bam, and then also put it there. And then let's put the... Is that one Eye of the Night? Not really having to use that, so we'll put our dagger down there. And absorb health wouldn't really... Because since I'm only going to be using the dagger for stealth attacks, putting absorb health on it wouldn't really make much sense, so I might look to see what... So I'll need another orb for that. But I do believe now, because I have 20% resist magic on there, I have 20% resist magic on there, and then if we get the mundane ring, that'll give me another 50%, which will put us at 90% resist magic, which is all that I care about. I don't care about the extra 10%. And then we have shield on that one. Oh, yeah, and we also have shield on that ring, but then yeah, we have shield on that armor, and then I think I still need more of that. I think I need one more of those, so that once we're maxed out on light armor, we'll actually be at the max armor value, which means that I can actually use feather. And I think it would make sense to use feather on the gauntlets. Bam. And now I can carry 465, which is nice. All right. So yeah, we still have our greaves and shield that we can enchant. So whenever we do another Oblivion gate, we'll get more of that. But that is it. We finally got our armor set. Like I said, besides the helmet, which looks dumb as shit, I do really like the armor set. But that'll be it for this part. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time for more.